I even started my timer here, so it's going to go off in like 52 minutes. So,
Okay. Something
but
going on the egg?
no, just got some stuff cooking in the crock pot. But I
Okay.
got to do some work tonight, and I want to listen to some music. But I want to get my work done before I listen to music, and I want to go to bed at a reasonable hour. So, it's it all we're talking about time compression. It just kind of all comes in. One of the I'm finding. Oh, hi everybody! Welcome to Photo Share Discussion number 100. Just me and Wes talking about miscellaneous crap, but triple digits. So welcome everybody. But yeah, it's just I'm really finding, and this is non-photography related. Everybody watching, so you can mute it for the next 30 seconds or so. But just listening to albums on the turntable has just been a really great way for me to kind of close out the evening, and I'm really enjoying it, and I'm just been trying to make time to do that. Most nights of the week, and Sunday nights is one of those nights where it's really nice to just be able to listen to one or two and kind of close out the weekend. So I want to get some work done and be done with that, and then be able to just relax for an hour, 2 hours, or whatever, and then go to bed at a reasonable hour so I can get up bright and early.
Yeah.
and
Glad you're
start the
enjoying that. I do sort of the same thing. I try to at least listen to something right before I go to bed.
hmm Yeah, it usually works out
So,
really good for me.
yeah.
Yeah, and it's we talked about it kind of offline a couple times, but just the whole process of you got to get up, put the album on, start it,
Hmm.
down, then you got to get up 20 minutes later, flip it over. So
Hmm.
it's just it's a nice flow. So you can listen to one or two,
Right.
and,
And if you find you're dozing off, you can just pull it off after one side and go to bed.
yeah, exactly. So I mean, I still listen. I listen to a lot of music, and I still listen to a lot of all the stuff that I've saved to the hard drive, ripped and that type of stuff. But the just kind of that whole more involved process of listening to the vinyl is just it's nice. So it's a nice way to kind of close out. And I'm really finding that a lot of the I've gotten a few new releases, but most of what I've gotten has just been used stuff, at the record store, off of Discogs or whatever, and the quality's been really good. I've been really happy with it. There's
Yeah. Yeah, the quality from the vintage, when vinyl was king, is always really good.
hmm
The stuff today is kind of hit or miss. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's really bad.
yeah,
I just
yeah,
got something in this week that was really bad.
yeah. And I've had a couple like that, but they weren't new. They were old stuff, and I paid a few, $3 to $5 for, and they looked good, but then you
Uh-huh.
clean them, and there's still a lot of noise and whatever. And I'm like, well, it's a few
Yeah.
bucks. They're still listenable, but they're not as quiet as I'd like. So yeah, but for $3 from the used bin at a in a record store, you can't really
Mhm.
complain too much. The ratio of good stuff to bad stuff is well above 90%. So I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey,
Simi.
Sammy.
Nope, not quite on
No,
mic
not
yet.
yet.
But yeah, so it's fun. I'm enjoying it. I mean, it's really the tie-ins to film photography are almost 100% the same thing.
Hmm.
Same process, same involvement, little extra time, little extra involvement, little more concentration.
Yeah,
Um,
more care, more concentration.
yep, and it's exactly what you do with film cameras.
Yep.
So it's like you slow down, you listen to it. It's not 100% perfect. There's a little bit of noise, maybe some light leaks, a little bit of noise on the. It's the same kind of thing. So
Mhm.
it's just fun.
Hello.
Hey, Simi, how
There
are
we
you?
go.
Uh,
Audio.
hardware problems.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Well, not anymore. So we're good.
No, no.
We're doing a little vintage spinning. I call it the spinning plastic analog disc talk.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez.
But we're off of that now. We're off. We're going to go into photography. But I was making the good tie-in, between photography, film photography, and vinyl music on LPs. Just kind of the whole process. It's just a little bit more involved and everything.
LPs are making a little bit of a comeback.
They are. They
Yeah.
are. They
Yeah.
are. And there's a lot of good stuff out there. It can be had for relatively cheap if you pay attention to what you get and take care of the stuff. I mean, the sound quality is fantastic, and there's still a lot of old stuff out there that you can buy for good. So it's kind of like buying old cameras. Same thing. You can buy an old film camera from the 70s, 35 millimeter SLR for what? Maybe $40, $50 with a fast 50 millimeter lens on it. Drop in a couple rolls of film, and you're good to go. Yeah.
The key is finding a quality turntable and a needle.
Yes, that is a challenge, and there's a lot of crap out there right now. You do have to pay a little bit. You don't have to go crazy, but I spent a few $100 I spent like $400 on my turntable, but it'll last me for years and years and years, and it's very good. It's like buying a CD player back in the day. You bought, when CD players came out, you pay a few $100 for a good, for okay CD player.
Where'd you finally wind up getting yours?
I got the Project debut Carbon from Amazon. Just with the basic Ortofon cartridge that came with it, and it's great. It does a great job.
Yeah, it's easy enough to return with Amazon, but I miss the days when you could walk into a place and actually hear and touch the stuff.
It's tough. Yeah, I mean, there's just not very many. You could go to Best Buy and do that, but
no. I don't think they have anything good at Best Buy.
No, they don't. Yeah, they don't.
Unless you have a Magnolia, they don't have much.
When we have a Magnolia near us, and I went in there, and I was starting to search back in end of October or November or whatever. I'm like, oh no, we don't really have anything. And they're selling out Macintosh amps or whatever.
Yeah.
Hey, come on.
That's funny because they have a lot of turntables on the Magnolia website, but I guess they don't carry them in the stores.
It just depends. It probably just depends on the store.
Yeah.
People coming in and looking for stuff. So yeah. Oh well, but yeah, Amazon's easy to return, and I haven't, unless there's a physical problem with the with the turntable, it's not really going to be an issue, and I've been really happy with it, so it's good. But on to photography here. Show number 100. So nobody uploaded 100 images to share. I don't know what was going on. I didn't upload any, so.
Yeah, I feel bad. I didn't do anything. It was a rainy week here. I don't know about there.
It was a little rainy, a little windy, and I just got, the weekend came up and it's so short, and I actually went out yesterday with great intentions. We were going to meet some friends for lunch in Decatur at the Brick Store, beer pub, good pub food and good beer, and so we went down a little early, but it was a cold morning, and it was 11 in the morning, nobody was out, so it was kind of tough to do street photography with nobody on the street, so so I just wandered around a little bit and then went inside and grabbed a beer and ate a burger. So that was about it. I had good intentions. I did go down with my camera and I was ready to go, but no prey. No, it's like going out into the forest deer hunting and all the deer are gone.
Mm-hmm.
How about you, Simi? You got looks like you posted a couple images. So.
Yeah, actually I got quite a few, but I just haven't gone through them yet.
Okay. Did you get out this weekend or last?
Yeah, we had a field trip to the New York Botanical Garden. So.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
And then we stayed there for like half the day, and then came back through the snowstorm.
Okay. More snow.
Yeah, it's all melted today, but it's like it just won't let go. So
man.
I got some snow pictures because it's nice when it's fresh.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we'll see.
Okay. Good.
I got some keepers.
Okay. Good. That's always the goal. You get a few good ones out of the batch, and you're doing a good job of getting out on the weekends and doing the photography. So you're somebody to aspire towards as far as being able to get out and do photography, because you seem to be getting out on most weekends and doing stuff. So
I'm trying to get out at least twice a week, once on the weekend and once during the week sometime.
Okay, that's good. That's fantastic. So it's a good way to do it. Hey, Tim.
Hi.
Welcome.
Hello.
Good. Yeah. So we're just all in awe of Simi and his ability to get out twice a week for photography. And,
Twice a week.
there we go. See.
Trying to make it twice a month.
Yeah. That's good though. I mean, if you find the time and you get the time to go out and do it, man, that's great. And I don't know. Usually most winters here in Atlanta, from November through March, are usually pretty good. It's just this year, it's been a combination of I've just been busier during the week, so I haven't had time on the weekdays. But then the weekends come up, and that's when we have bad weather. It seems like it's okay during the week, but you can't do anything. So then the weekends come and it's rainy or it's cold or it's windy or something comes out, and that's usually doesn't usually happen that way. But this year it's been seems like it's more weekends than not like that. Yeah. So
I try and be out with my dad on Tuesdays, and recently every Tuesday has been a bad day with the weather. But either Monday and Wednesday have been absolutely fine.
Mm-hmm. That's the way it works. The day before or after you want to do something is great, and the day you want to do something is just terrible. Yeah. That seems to be the way it's happening, at least for me this year. Just like Wednesday afternoon, nice day. I'm like, okay, maybe it'll hold till Saturday, and then Saturday comes and it's windy or it's cold or it's raining, and I'm like, oh gosh. So. But so we got a few images. You posted a few. Some of you posted a couple, Tim, and Wes and I didn't post any, but we can look at them, I guess. So let me go in. Before we dig into that, anything fun photography related this week? Anything you guys came across, or anything related to the world of photography you want to talk about?
Yeah, kind of. I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe.
Did you get your lens back? That's what I'm wondering. You got your lens back and it works?
Oh yeah, got that back last week. It's working like a champ.
Okay, good.
Cool. Never missed a beat.
All right, good.
I did have to when I got the camera back though. I did have to do some micro adjustments on all my lenses. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Before it was right on, but I guess because I guess the problem is that it's a little off. So I guess it was up too far, so now it's down. So now I have to do a slight adjustment. But
okay,
it was the same across the board on all the lenses, so that's good.
Okay, all right. So it's just have to make an adjustment.
Yep.
For everything, not have to tweak each one individually. Then okay.
Right.
Good. So how long did it take you to do that? Because I haven't really played around with doing any of the adjustments on the camera lenses. Because I haven't noticed anything that was the glaring difference. But how long does it take you to do that?
It could take you 5 minutes per each lens.
Mm-hmm.
Because basically what I do, I don't even set up the whole level and this and that. I just take a nice white piece of paper with some lettering on it and some spacing.
Okay.
And I go as close as I can, closest focus on the widest aperture at about a 30-degree angle. And then I look at the point where I centered my focus on, and then above and below it. Where is it sharp? Is it sharper right at the aiming point, or above it, or below it, and then just make my adjustment.
Okay.
That's the quick way to do it.
Okay. All right. So you just basically come up with create a target to focus on, and do it wide open, basically.
Yeah. Some people do it on a flat piece of paper, but it's more evident when you're at an angle.
Okay. All right. So you put the paper up and then kind of angle the lens off a little bit.
Yep.
Okay. To the paper that's sitting up horizontally across the field of view. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
If you want to get really technical, then you can, you buy a little target and you level it out, and it's like a whole day project.
No, thank you. Okay. So it doesn't take you too long. You basically create a target real quickly, line it up approximately, focus, take a look at it, and then adjust up or down to get to make sure that the sharpness is at the center of the image, essentially.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you could use a yardstick or anything with letter on it, and then just look at it. Whatever you're focusing at, above and below it, should be out of the focus the same up above and below. If it isn't, you just make the adjustment.
Okay. So a yardstick would be a good thing, because you got the markings, the indents up and above and below.
Yep.
So you can count up 2 or 3, take a look at it, see where, again, most yardsticks are millimeters, I think. If you go, well, either 1/8 of an inches or meter sticks. Meter sticks are millimeters. Meter sticks are millimeters. Yardsticks would be, I guess, what, 1/16 or maybe
Inches.
1/8? Yeah. But they might go like 1/8 of an inch. Yeah. I guess yards and millimeters probably don't cross that much. Okay, well, cool. So it doesn't take you that long, and you got the lenses dialed in, and we expect Pulitzer Prize winning photography at these newly adjusted lenses. Then.
Oh, jeez. No, same old crap.
Okay. All right. All right. Good. That's what we want to hear. SOC, same old crap. That's good. You do produce some good crap with that camera, though, Sammy. I'll tell you.
Thank you.
Good. You did absolutely nothing photography related this week, Wes. You just said because it's been rainy and everything.
Yeah.
And Tim, it sounds like you wanted to go out, but it was crappy on Tuesday.
Yeah, well, that was Dad's fault for quickly changing the sink.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so blame it on your dad. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that's good. That's good. So, what do you have to say to that, Dennis? Is it really your fault?
He's telling the truth, but I've had a lovely cold, so you're all far enough away not to catch it.
Yeah. Okay. You know, this is a high def video stream, so we never know. You know.
Can you get hyper colds?
I don't know. So.
Looks like you've been infected, you then.
Hey guys.
Yes, yeah.
Hey, Rui. Welcome.
Hey, Ray.
Happy 100th.
Yeah, happy 100.
Hey.
100 triple digits. And all of us
Yes.
are complaining about the fact that we didn't get out with our cameras and do any photography, except for Simi. He's the standard bearer for getting out, actually using your camera.
Yeah.
Now, how about you, Rui? Did you get out this week?
No.
Good photography show, this one.
Yeah. Welcome to the photography show where nobody actually takes photographs.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, welcome. We've got a few. I mean, it looks like Tim and Dennis have posted. Did you post any, Dennis? No, it's just Tim. And Simi posted a couple. And okay, so it's the
I posted the ones in black and white
Tim show. Yeah.
conversions.
Yep. There's a couple there. Let me go and refresh the group. Okay. Yeah, I was just looking at it right before. Okay. Cool. There we go. Wow, lots more images popped up. It's always helps to hit the refresh button. Well, let's go dig into them here and see what we got. We got some good ones there. Hopefully everybody can see that. Maybe. Yep.
Yes.
All right. So this is the last one from last week, the City of the Dead, which was very cool with the melting snow and the grass poking through in the light and the shadows. So it was kind of nice. And then it looks like same cemetery, Simi?
Yep, that's the same one.
Okay. It's kind of a wide-angle shot, maybe. Ooh, that's a neat. So is that the whole cemetery is just basically a couple blocks long by 1 block wide, essentially, or?
Yeah, it's more than 1 block. It's pretty long.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, from top to bottom, it's pretty long, but the width is about what you see there.
Yep.
From the street to the fence line. Okay. It's like 2 lots wide and just goes back, huh?
Yeah, it was interesting because you got the spire of the little Catholic church there, and then all the gravestones are almost imitating that.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
And
there's definitely a lot of repeating patterns and kind of that symmetry going on there.
what's cool about this place is that that building, that square building that's on the right of the steeple there,
Mm-hmm.
that's the Catholic school.
Okay.
And then there's a rectory.
Right there, yeah.
The actual church, and I think there's a nun's place around there somewhere.
Okay. Wow. So they crammed a lot of stuff on that, basically 2 lots.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it's interesting that, and I guess as the community grew up around there,
Mm-hmm.
you go to school there, you go to church there, and then you die there.
You get married. You're born there. You get baptized. You go to school. You get married. Then you die. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
it's like the circle of life.
Yeah.
It's cool. And and the houses and buildings around it are older. From the probably early part of the 20th century. It looks like. Maybe like in the 1920s, 1930s, 1940s, something like that. How old is the parish? Do you know?
I believe it was built in the 1800s.
Okay.
Yeah, early. I don't have the exact date,
Cool.
but yeah.
That's a neat.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean this picture really tells tells a big story. I mean, there's a lot there because, like you said, here's the school. Once you know what the buildings are,
Mm-hmm.
you know, you got the rectory, you got the school, you got the church, you got the graveyard. I mean, yeah, it's just you know. And what's interesting though is there's a lot more gravestones than there are probably current members of the parish. It just keeps going back, and you know. But yeah, that's it. That's one of those pictures that once you know a little bit of the context about how all this stuff is kind of crammed on here in this basically two city lots. Got this whole community right up here, and then all the past members of the community.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not that way now, but I bet you in the past that's how it was.
Yeah. It's neat. It's a neat shot. As far as reaching toward heaven, great and small, the promises, salvation, the hope of all. Oh. Where did you get the line, the description? Was that at the church itself?
No, I made that up.
Okay. Wow. There you go. Very good. He's a poet and he didn't even know it.
Ah.
Oh man, sorry about that. Okay, and here is Tim's tribute to Britney Spears. Oops, I did it again.
The AE1 once again has slipped.
Wow. Okay. So
Yes.
this.
It seems to have slipped quite well again.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks interesting.
Yeah.
So
So that sailing boat that's sitting in the middle of the river, that should actually be on the other side of the big barge.
Wow. Okay. So the film is sticking. It's not advancing all the way through. Is that what's happening?
Yeah, apparently AE1s are known for it. It was their little bugbear. Their winder would sometimes not wind further enough.
Okay, so it wouldn't wind. So it would essentially it wouldn't engage and wind the whole film. It would just kind of slide and then stick and then partially advance it. Okay.
I'm sure there's a Flickr group for this.
Yeah, there is. There probably is. AE1 misfeeding or something. Because, yeah, if you're doing it, everybody with an AE1 is probably have similar images.
Yeah, because I certainly asked around Google Plus when you first done it to me, and people going, no, it's probably because I see, film problem, anyone know what happened? And so many people come back and the AE1s are known for it.
No. I would do a search. There probably is a group on Flickr for this. If not, you should start one. And then, because that's cool. I mean, you end up with that's a pretty cool image, though.
Yeah,
Really.
the hill line sort of matches up. So at an initial glance, you'd think the barge was on an island.
Mm-hmm.
There's a creek either side. That's not how it is. So if you follow the buildings, you realise the building in the background's in it twice.
Mm-hmm. So this little dock that's coming out here on the right.
Yeah.
When the tide comes all the way in, is the water right below the dock line?
Yeah, because those boats in front would be floating.
Wow, that's a big change in tide. So you don't want to be out and miss the tide because you're stuck out there.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's 6 or 8 feet.
It's 28 feet down there.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and so you don't want to be swimming when it comes in.
Wow. 28 feet. That's got to be. Well, what's the largest one? Is it the Bay of Fundy? Is that Nova Scotia or something? I remember seeing that in my encyclopedia back in the day. Is that still probably the largest tide differential?
The Channel Islands, just off the coast of France here, they've got 36-foot tides.
Jeez. Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's really dangerous around there.
Yeah. What do you have down there in Florida, Wes? Is it like 4 feet?
Yeah, it's not much.
Yeah.
It looks like a lot, but it's not.
Yeah. Wow. That's cool. That ends up being so here on the left side, this is over here. Okay. So this is the end of the barge basically right here.
Yeah.
Okay. That's neat. I mean, it's not what you were hoping for, but
Yeah.
I mean that's a neat multiple exposure with no human input. That was all machine made.
No.
Very nice. Yeah, that's cool. And this was on what film was this, Tim?
I feel it was. That was Kodak's cheapest Color Plus.
Okay. All right. So just generic 35 millimeter color film, pretty much.
Yep.
Yeah. Cool. That's neat. It's a good looking mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very cool. Okay. So is this at the same general location?
So this is Leon C. Yeah, it's not too far away.
Okay.
This is off that roll of Kentamere 100.
Okay.
I just like this one. When I scanned it, you just can't tell what year at all.
Yeah. I mean, no. This is. Yeah. I mean, this could be anywhere from the from the 40s through today.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just very nice. And the people in there, once again, the clothing, it really doesn't give it away too much either.
Yeah.
It's kind of.
That's you probably won't pick up on it, but I think the woman's got a football top on. I think she's got a number on her back.
Oh, yeah. Looks like number 2 or 4 or something. Or 1. Yeah.
So initially, as you said, well, the clothing, that glance, it really could be anything.
Mm-hmm.
I suspect he might be a football top.
Yeah, it might be. But yeah, I mean, the Cantmere gives off. I mean, there's a fair amount of. This is 400, right?
Oh, this is 100. It is. I don't know this particular exposure. The rest of the film was okay. This one, I don't know if perhaps I got the exposure wrong. It was a grainy shot.
Yeah, there's a lot of grain in there. Huh. But I mean, it adds to the image.
Yeah.
It does.
I'll say I don't know what I think of the Cantamere. I think it's only about £1 cheaper than top of the range stuff.
Yeah, I mean, just a basic film. Nothing fancy about it, but it gives mostly good results, and it's affordable. So very nice. Yeah, I mean, that is the title's great because it is pretty much timeless. You really don't know what era that's from just by a quick look at the image, and you can tell it's film. I mean, that's a good thing.
Can't miss his film.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very nice. Okay, Echoes of the Past. Stanchion. Okay. All right. So where is this? This looks like a pier going out into the water somewhere. Is that what that is?
Yeah, this is what's left of a pier in my go-to place in Madison.
Okay.
And they have 2 sets of these. One going into where the houses are, and then another set that goes out to the inlet. But there's no more decking anymore. Okay. So they just left the posts.
Okay. Yep. They just left the piers. The piers sunk in the mud or whatever. Yeah.
I have no idea. I guess they just left them there. But
yeah,
it was a nice shot into where the houses are, and you can see the house reflections up top.
Mm-hmm. Okay. These right here. These 3. Okay.
Yeah. And I basically just converted to black and white and made the blue go to white.
Okay.
And
what was it? 15 seconds. Okay.
And then we did the little motion, vertical motion blur.
Okay. You moved the camera up and down a little bit during the exposure.
Yeah.
Okay. Tripod, of course, and so you had some controlled up and down motion.
Yeah, you just bang the camera once.
Mm. Okay. Well, that's how your lens got out of alignment. That's why you have to go back and realign your lens. If it doesn't work, hit it with a hammer. Good rubber mallet on that lens will give nice motion. Okay.
That
cool.
IS is not really good.
Yeah.
The one thing about that lens though that I have to remember is that one's not smart. You have to turn off the image stabilization, otherwise all your shots are crap.
Oh. When you put it on the tripod, yeah, it doesn't automatically turn it off.
Yeah, and I have another Nikon lens where I could leave it on and it doesn't do anything. But I normally turn it off, but every once in a while I'll forget, and it's like, ah.
Yeah, a couple of my Canon lenses are like that. There's a switch basically on the back of the lens. You just got to flip off the image stabilization. Well, yeah. How old is your 24-105? Didn't you get that a few years ago, right?
Yeah, it's brand new.
Oh, it is? Okay. Wow.
Yeah, Sigma just came out with that. It's one of those art lenses.
Okay. All right. Cool. Oh, that's a neat shot. Nice result. I mean, yeah, the blurring. The first thing I really noticed was the sense of motion in the blurring right in the piers, and then the reflections, which are houses. They could be trees, I guess, just as much as anything. But
Yeah, you can't tell what they
I
are.
like that. But yeah, it's just very
Yeah.
very cool, and it's got a very dreamlike effect too. The water, you get that kind of that cotton ball kind of
Hmm.
texture.
Yeah.
Very cool. Nicely centered. And I like this one. I mean, these are kind of on the same plane, but this one up here closer is right
Yeah,
at
they
the
were
front of the image.
they
Yeah.
were crooked for some reason. Maybe that's why they took them down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, makes a good object for a camera though. Very nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
usually you see those with the. I see a lot of people do it with the trees.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And this is nice though because it's just very minimal. It just appears there. Now, do you do a 500px, Simi? Do you post to that?
Yeah, I have an account there.
Okay, all right. I think this would go pretty good on the abstract side of things. I think this one would be a good submission there. I do 500. Do you guys use 500px? Do you do one, Wes? Anything?
Yeah, I have one, but I hardly ever remember to put stuff up there.
How about you,
And
Tim? Do you do 500px, Tim or Dennis?
No,
Really?
I don't think I've produced anything good enough for it yet.
Yeah, I don't know. I have one, and I post stuff that I like generally to Flickr, and if I get a lot of favorites and comments and views, then I'll post it to 500px. So I use Flickr as kind of my filter, and
Yeah.
and it ends up working pretty well. And I find if you want to get a lot of stuff on 500px, post it on weekend mornings for whatever reason. Seems like between 8 and 10 o'clock on a Saturday or Sunday morning, you're going to get up. It seems like more people are looking at stuff weekend mornings. Well, I guess that kind of makes sense.
What, on 500px?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah, if I have something, if I post, say something like I posted to, like the one I posted to the group last week of the oil, on the street.
Yeah.
That got a fair amount of views and comments. I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'll post that one to 500px. So I did that last Sunday, and at like 9 o'clock in the morning. And I got a lot of hits really fast, and it shot up. You know how you get the little number that increases. And I'm like, oh, a lot of people looked at it. But it seems to be weekend mornings.
Huh.
Seem to be, if you submit something early in the 8 to 10 o'clock Eastern time, something like that. So I guess you get people that are just waking up with their cup of coffee on the East Coast, plus it's middle of the day for Europe. I get a lot of you get a lot of feedback from people in Europe on when you post at that time, and you still get a lot of people East Coast of the U.S. too. So it's interesting. But I use Flickr as my screening tool for 500px.
cool.
Yeah, fun. Okay, so here we go. So this is that converted to black and white, right? Because you posted this in color. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you converted this just in Lightroom?
Yeah, Lightroom.
Okay.
Just hit that button, black and white
Yeah.
processing.
Let's see. Where is the color version?
Yeah, you've passed it.
It just went by it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't have my glasses on.
One more.
One more. Yeah. The second from the left.
Yeah,
Oh,
there you
there
go.
we go. Okay, so I think I like the black and white better. I think the black and white is, yeah.
Yeah, for all four, I do prefer the black and white version,
Mm-hmm.
but I kept the color version just for the sake of knowing what
Mm-hmm.
the original should be.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, the color with the old expired film is kind of neat, but the black and white, just the tones and everything just seem to do a little bit better in black, especially with the bus here.
Mhm.
You got the dark all the way through. Yeah, that's neat.
What's caused like the vignetting at the bottom? So it's all white in the corners at the
Yeah, on
bottom.
the corners. Is that?
Yeah, it happened throughout the entire film. It was actually really old at the time.
Okay.
At
So
this
it's
point,
just
so I guess it would be because of that.
Well, and this was with the Minolta, is that right?
Samsung point and shoot.
Okay. So I wonder maybe if just that lower or upper section or whatever it is of the film had aged differently.
Yeah, all the film went down to the bottom.
Yeah. The emulsion dripped down to the bottom, basically. Yeah.
Something like that.
Samsung made a film camera?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's amazing.
Never heard of that.
Yeah, they make everything else, so I guess a film camera would be yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the black and white better.
Yeah.
For some reason, if it's not like green or landscape, green kind of throws me off. If it's not
Yeah.
like a
The
natural
green
sense.
in the film version of this was kind of that crazy kind of copper green, like
Mhm.
copper corrosion kind of green.
Yeah, like if it was like a landscape or something,
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't mind it. But it's like for some reason it's like no, that's off. That color's off. I can't.
Yeah, that's a
Can't
street.
deal
It's
with it.
supposed to be black
That's
or
supposed to be
gray or
black,
something.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, cool. Yeah, that's neat to see that. And that's once again, it just shows that images either in black and white or color if you like it, or if you don't like it, try it the other way. If it's in color and you don't really like it, do a quick conversion just to black and white in Lightroom. I mean, it's easy just to go to the presets and take a look and see what it looks like. And if you like that preview, go ahead and make a virtual copy or whatever and try black and white.
Where's that bus going? It's a 706.
Yeah.
Yeah.
706 something.
Where does that? Do you know where that goes, really? Where does that end up going?
The 6. I'm not. Let me put you on full screen. I can see what it says.
Oh. Is that Gottles? Gottlieb's?
Gomez?
Frere?
Gomez.
Frere?
I really don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Mystery bus. Cool. Yeah, that's neat to see the black and white. Okay, there we go again. Black and white conversion from the really old castle. This one. Here's the original color.
Yeah.
Once again, there's that kind of weird otherworldly green that you get. And go back to the.
How old was that film again?
10 years by now.
Wow.
Okay. And it wasn't in a refrigerator. It was just sitting like on a
No,
shelf.
just inside the camera.
Wow. Okay. That's
So the first picture in the roll was actually 10 years old.
wow. Okay. Oh, it was in the camera when you bought it, pretty much, right? Or was that your?
No, I've won the camera on not like a contest, something like that.
Okay.
I bought the film and it just sat inside there for 10 years.
Okay. All right. So you bought the film, put it in, took a shot, and you're like, whatever.
Yeah.
10 years later, like, hey, look at that! I got a camera with film in it.
Yeah.
It's like a little time capsule. Then, I mean, it's kind of amazing. Once again, I think just because of the off colors of the green and whatever, the black and white is, I guess, more representative of what the actual scene was.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it is neat to see it's definitely a vintage feel with the old film. I mean, it gives a unique kind of look to it. So different strokes for different folks, I guess. Huh? Yeah, it's kind of neat, and it's great that we can do those quick conversions too, just to kind of see. Okay, and here's another one, another black and white conversion. You got
This one and the next one, I do like the color version.
Mm-hmm.
But black and white makes it like Tim said, timeless.
Mm-hmm.
I guess.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it gives a certain amount of. There we go. Yeah, there's the original color. Yeah, but when you convert it to black and white, it is, yeah. I mean, there's nothing really. I mean, you can tell a little bit by this building here and a couple here. I mean, but that could be anything from the last 50 or 60 years, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of.
Yeah, and if you pick up an old newspaper, probably have an image, something similar to this.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It would. Yep. Yeah, that is kind of converted to black and white. You get a scene that's pretty neutral as far as visual cues of what time it is, what year it is.
Yep.
And you have no idea really when it was taken. So once again, yeah, black and white wins from that perspective, but the old color is kind of cool to see. And here we go again. There's the original one, and color is this it? No. There we go. There's the color. Yep. Once again, I think black and white wins. But although this is kind of, the colors aren't quite as off on this one. Yeah, it's a little more muted. So this looks like, this could be something that was taken with one of those Instamatic cameras back in the late 60s, early 70s type of thing. The little disposable cameras that you got. But
the trick here for me, as I said last week, was to get the white. Because of the edge of the film, it was horribly blue.
Okay.
Once I took photos of the negative and converted. So to get the white right was.
Now, did you knew that? Was it this building that you were using as the white?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you knew from actually seeing it that the building was white.
The right one. It's also white, and the statue column.
The column
there is also white. So.
Well, at least you had something you could use to set the as a baseline to set the white balance or whatever. But yeah, cool. Yeah, the color conversion, scanning color film can be a real challenge because the conversion isn't quite as what you would think, because there's always that mask on the negatives, and each emulsion has a little bit different shading of that mask, which skews the colors when you scan it. You have to be able to compensate for that mask, and then in your case you had film that was kind of going bad anyway, so the colors were off to begin with, not to mention the mask on the film itself. Okay, so Timmy, was this the storm yesterday, or is this from last? Okay, no, this was taken yesterday. Wow.
That was yesterday, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Very cool.
There was dead grass there like 2 days before, and now it's all snow again.
Is it melted today, though? Did it melt off today?
No, in spots, but it didn't stick on any of the highways or anything.
Okay.
It tried to, but where the grass is still cold, so
okay.
It started to accumulate there again.
Okay. Very cool. Yeah, and was the snow falling fairly good when you took this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, because I mean, there's a lot of motion.
Yeah.
The image of the snow.
Yeah.
Coming down, which is. Did you look at this in black and white? This would be interesting, black and white.
Did not.
Okay. I think this would be pretty cool because you got these dark trees here.
Yeah.
With and then the splotching or modeling, whatever you call it, of the snow, and then this would come out nice and dark. The roof would. Yeah, that might be interesting in black and white.
Yep.
That red brick does stand out. That was quite nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The red brick and the copper roof or whatever, that green color on the roof. Yeah. And you got a little bit over here. But outside of that, everything else is winter.
Dead, yeah.
Yeah. Dead. Now you go back here in
3 weeks.
Yeah, 3 weeks, and all this stuff will be budding out.
Whole different feel.
Yeah, it will be. Well, I think we talked about this. This would be a great spot to just go back to. If it's reasonably close, you can just go back here each season of the year and just kind of capture the same shot
Hmm.
as things change. That would be interesting because you know where you could set up. You could just basically put the tripod in the same general place and
No tripod on this one. This was from the car.
oh wow, okay. Get out.
No.
Oh, okay, so you lowered the window, took a shot. There you go.
I had my mini tripod and set it up inside the car.
Okay, all right. Oh well, in that case, well, you can still do it. You could just drive up there July 3rd, and open a window and do the same thing. But yeah, this would be interesting because you've got different components. The hillside, the trees, the bushes. This will be in the middle of summer or whatever. This is probably going to be green to some extent.
Yep.
All that. Yeah. That'd be neat. That'd be
You
neat.
probably see some guys fishing off the pier there, or
Mhm.
off the edge there.
Yep. There'd be some guys sitting there. Yeah. But this is neat. I'd like to see this in black and white. You could work on that and post that up.
Will do, Joe.
Yeah. Yeah, Joe. I'm filling the role of Joe, Mr. Everything's got to be in black and white. Now this would be, leave this one in color. You called this test.
Yeah, I'm still working on it. I just threw up the last couple ones because
Okay.
it took them yesterday. I haven't finalized them yet.
30th of a second, 105 ISO, and this was inside the botanical gardens, inside one of the greenhouses or something.
Yep, those are the orchids right above a reflecting pool that they have.
Oh, okay. So here's the reflections of them down.
Mhm.
Very cool. This is neat because you've got these patterns,
Yeah, repeating patterns.
repeating lines, kind of going through, and then you got mostly white, but a little bit of that mixed in fuchsia or whatever color that is. Very nice. Now, was it crowded there yesterday when you were there?
Not when we first got there. I think we got there right when it opened, but around noontime it got crowded.
Yeah.
And they don't allow tripods on the ground anymore. So I mean in the conservatory anymore.
Okay.
So no tripods, no monopods.
Oh, that's kind of a bummer.
And the lighting, of course, every time
Yeah.
in these places it's crap. So
Yeah. Well, that's why the ISO is 800.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's not too bad when the sun's out, but then you get all this dappled light.
Yeah.
But it was overcast yesterday. Yeah, we're overcast and snowing, so
Okay. So actually, pretty good light.
yeah, there were some shots where I had to go up to ISO 2500 in some places,
Mm-hmm.
but it was fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. How are you finding the 750 does with the high ISO? Haven't had really any issues. Have you kind of tested the upper usable limits of what's really, really good on it?
It's awesome.
Okay.
I can go all the way up to, I mean, even 8,000. It's like it's a nice grain to it. It's not
Mhm.
noisy, not a lot of color noise.
Wow.
You don't see anything until you get over 10,000. Then it starts, like,
Yeah.
maybe I'll have to do some noise reduction and take out the color noise and stuff.
Okay. Well, I guess that's pretty good then.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, if you wanted to, I guess you could shoot a concert all the way up to 25,000 if you wanted to. I mean, I've taken some test shots just to see. It's not pretty, but you could correct for it.
Yeah, well, that would go. That wouldn't be too bad really for kind of a concert kind of atmosphere anyway. A little bit of noise and grunginess to it. Depending on the concert would be a good.
I've never shot a concert, but I know it's just mixed lighting and stuff, and it's dark, and then it's bright, and it's all over the place.
Yeah.
It's got to be hard.
Yeah. I from seeing people who shoot concerts, it's very very tough. A lot of people say that if you are going to actually be shooting a concert, if you can go to the rehearsal ahead of time, then you'll kind of get an idea of how the lighting, because that's one of the big things that always changes now is the lighting. They have different lighting for different songs and that type of stuff. And if you can go early, then you kind of know what the lighting scheme is going to be. So you can kind of know ahead of time that on this song the lighting is going to be like this or that type of thing.
Gotcha.
But I haven't shot one single concert, so that's just random noise from the guy. I saw it on the internet, so it must be true.
Yeah.
I was reading a blog, and a fashion photographer does the fashion shoots, and they just all use the Nikon D4S because it is just low light king. You think they have to shoot these fantastic photos, and they think nothing at 10,000 ISO. No wonder you're using that camera.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, probably ISO 10,000 at like 2.
Yeah, and they still require good quality. You can't have noise all over it.
Yeah, yeah. And they probably have to do a little bit in post, but maybe not that much.
Probably have to spend quite a bit of time, I reckon, because the contrast. You've got dark backgrounds. It's going to start showing up the noise.
Mm-hmm.
But what I was reading about was how to balance the light. They still use their flashes.
Mm-hmm.
But they need their high ISO still, otherwise you don't get any ambient light. It's just a model standing in the middle of nothing if you light them up too much with a flash.
Yeah, yeah. They become totally. Yeah, they like they're floating in space or something. If you do it wrong. Yeah, if you do it wrong. Yeah, yeah. Joe does a lot with that, and he does a lot of natural light as much as he can, but he's picked up a lot of knowledge on the lighting front the last few years, shooting more and more models. So that's a whole other area. I've never really gotten into that at all.
Now, something I want to start learning actually is how to use the flash. I've got a flash gun, and it's just a totally different area. Like, there's no doubt about the external flashes are vastly superior to anything on the camera.
Yeah.
But you can just it just introduces so many other unpredictable variables. As the classic one is taking a picture of someone. There's a window behind them.
Mm-hmm.
Comes straight back at you.
Yeah, yeah. I got a buddy that does some street photography, and he uses basically just a handheld off-camera flash that he just uses, and he gets some really good shots with it. He uses just a regular. What's he using? Oh, he upgraded to the Canon. Is it the 7D, the new one?
Oh, well, the 7D Mark II.
Yeah, Mark II. I think.
That's like King in itself, the camera.
Yeah, and he got it because his daughters are in ballet, so he wants to photograph the recitals and that type of stuff. And he says, I need something that can do well in low light. So yeah, he's been really. He got it in January, I think. So he's had it for 3 months or so, and he loves it. So it's just fantastic low light. And autofocus is pretty fast too, so it does. He says it's the affordable camera that I was looking for to do ballerina photography essentially. So very good. Well, cool. Well, did you guys hear the beeper there?
Time to take your pill, Mark.
No, it's time to eat my dinner. But hey, good show. It's very good. Got some nice images. So you're going to have some more to post up next week, I'm sure, Simi, right? You have some more snow and some more flowers.
No more snow.
No more snow? Okay. You're probably sick of snow at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am.
I don't blame you.
Palm trees and sandy beaches.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's your job, Wes. You got to get out there and shoot the palm trees at least.
That's all wet mud and grass now.
Yeah, you guys are in mud season up there now, right?
Yeah.
Snow melts, and before things green up,
Mud, wet grass.
Yep.
Yeah.
Slush. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, there's some good photographic opportunities in that. Yeah. I guess. I don't know.
I'll let the adventure photographers get that stuff.
Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. Fair enough. And well, good show. Good 100. Got some good mix of some photos, a little bit of photography talk. Good stuff. On to 200, I guess. That'll be basically 2 years from today, so mark your calendars. It'll probably be like mid-February 2017, so show number 200. Thanks, everybody. I really appreciate it. This has been fun. I've been doing this for 3 years almost, I guess. Yeah, with a little break in between, so 100 shows is very cool. And appreciate you guys showing up every week. It is fun. I know we get a fair amount of people watch it after the fact on YouTube. So we're dispensing great photographic insight and information, and learning along the way. Or at least we like to think we are, I guess.
Yeah.
No, I found it. I've really enjoyed it because it's I've learned a lot just by talking talking and taking a look at what everybody else is photographing and kind of the thought process and why you do one thing over another and all the challenges we face with wanting to pursue photography and deal with all the other stuff that life throws at us. So I appreciate everybody showing up. I really thank you for it. It's been fun. It's a fun way to end a weekend for me. Sunday nights, it's a good way to kind of close out the weekend and get ready to soldier on in the world of work for the next 4 or 5 days. Looking forward to the next weekend.
Yes.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much, everybody. Show 100
Thank you.
in the can, as they say on, was that Leo Laporte does that? In the can. So we're in the can for show 100 and onwards and upwards to show 200. So thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Good show.
Enjoy, everybody.
Thanks for
See you
staying up
next
late,
week.
Dennis. And
I'll see you next week.
take care. And we'll see you next week.
Bye.
All right. Bye.
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 Cheers.